Tariffs added $30 billion in costs to this industry last year, and some imported vehicles got hit with $9,000 sticker shocks overnight. Today, we're counting down 30 engines that don't care, built in the US or shielded by USMCA, and engineered to outlast the loan you take out to buy them. Number 1 isn't even about an engine anymore. Stick around. Number 30, the Stellantis Hurricane Twin-Turbo Inline 6. Built in Kokomo, Indiana, since 2022, the Hurricane is Stellantis betting the farm on a 6-cylinder, replacing decades of Hemi V8s. It's 100% US built, so it's tariff-proof by definition. The catch? It's too new for a real longevity verdict. Early owner forums report strong power and no catastrophic failures yet, but yet is the key word. This one's on probation, not on a pedestal. Number 29, the Ram 5.7-liter Hemi V8. Built at Stellantis' Saltillo, Mexico plant, USMCA compliant and tariff sheltered, the Hemi is returning to Ram's lineup for 2026 after customers revolted against the 6-cylinder only approach. From 2023 to 2025, Ram sold the 1500 without a V8 at all, leaning on the Hurricane and a mild hybrid. Owner forums spent 2 years comparing Hurricane complaints against 15 years of Hemi data, and the verdict was blunt: bring back the V8. The comeback alone tells you which engine buyers actually trust with a 5-year loan. Number 28, the Subaru FB25. Here's the catch this list needs. Not every American-built badge means the same thing. Subaru assembles the Outback and Legacy in Lafayette, Indiana, but the FB25 engine is still sourced from Japan, so it doesn't get the same tariff shelter as a fully domestic powertrain. It's a genuinely durable EJ replacing flat 4 with a loyal following in snowbelt states, and forums treat 200,000 miles as routine. Just don't assume assembled in America means immune to the trade war. Number 27, the Pentastar 3.6-liter V6. Built at Stellantis' Trenton, Michigan complex, the Pentastar quietly powers the Wrangler, Grand Cherokee, and Pacifica minivan. It's not flashy, but it's one of the most field-proven V6s in America, with well over a decade of production behind it. Jeep forums treat 200,000 miles as routine, and Wrangler owners point to its surviving off-road abuse that would kill a less over-engineered design. Boring, domestic, and durable. That's the whole pitch. Number 26. The Nissan VQ Series V6 Legacy E. Built at Nissan's Deschard, Tennessee plant. Earlier, VQ variants picked up more Ward's 10 Best Engines awards than almost anything else in automotive history. That reputation didn't come from nowhere. Owners on Nissan forums routinely report 200,000-plus miles with nothing more than standard maintenance. It's an aging design, but aging well is exactly the brand this list is selling. Number 25, the Nissan VQ 33DD. Still built in Deschard, Tennessee, this is the current 3.8-liter variant powering the 2026 Frontier. It inherits the VQ family's reputation for smoothness and longevity, even if it hasn't logged the same multi-decade track record as its predecessor. Yet, Frontier owner threads are already comparing it favorably to the old VQ40, which is the kind of inherited trust most new engines spend years trying to earn. Number 24, the Ford 2.7-liter EcoBoost V6. Built at Ford's Cleveland engine plant in Ohio, this smaller EcoBoost has become the sleeper hit of the F-150 lineup. Early turbo V6 skepticism has faded as high-mileage examples rack up without the head gasket drama some critics predicted. Truck forums now treat it as the smart buy trim, not the compromise trim. Solid power, solid fuel economy, and a US build sheet that keeps it off the tariff hit list entirely. Number 23, the Ford 3.5-liter EcoBoost V6. Also built in Cleveland, Ohio, this is the workhorse behind F-150 and Expedition towing numbers that used to require a V8. Twin turbos historically scared buyers worried about complexity, but a decade of fleet data has settled those nerves. Ford proved you could replace a domestic V8 with a domestic turbo 6 without losing buyer trust or tariff protection. Number 22, the Ford 5.0-liter Coyote V8. Built at Ford's Essex and Windsor plants in Ontario, the Coyote is USMCA compliant, so it dodges the worst of the tariff hit despite being built outside US borders. Mustang and F-150 owners have pushed these engines well past 200,000 miles with minimal drama, and the aftermarket support alone tells you how much faith people put in the architecture. It's proof that North American built and American built aren't always the same thing, and for tariff purposes, That distinction is the whole game. Number 21, the Ford 6.8-liter gas V8. Also built in Windsor and Essex, Ontario, this newer gas V8 has taken over base Super Duty from the old 6.2-liter. It's too young for a definitive longevity verdict, but it inherits Ford's modular V8 engineering lineage and the same USMCA tariff shelter as its Coyote sibling. Fleet buyers, the people who actually punish an engine for a living, have been quietly adopting it without complaint, which in commercial trucking is the highest compliment available. Number 20, the Ford 7.3-liter Godzilla V8. Built in Windsor and Essex, Ontario, Godzilla pairs with the single most reliable heavy-duty truck on the market. The Ford F-350 Super Duty sits at the top of the IC Cars longevity rankings, with a 49.1% predicted chance of crossing 250,000 miles, more than 10 times the industry average. Diesel guys argue forever about gas versus diesel, but Godzilla owners aren't part of that argument anymore. They're just driving. Number 19, the Ford 6.7-liter Power Stroke Diesel. Built at Ford's Chihuahua, Mexico facility, also USMCA protected, this diesel backs up the Super Duty's reputation from the other side of the powertrain menu. The F-250 Super Duty lands at 43.6% on the same IC Cars list, nearly 9 times the average vehicle. Diesel forums obsess over emissions system complexity on newer trucks, but the core block underneath has earned its trust by simply not failing. Number 18, the Ford 5.2-liter Predator V8. Hand-assembled at Ford's Dearborn, Michigan plant, the Predator is the high-output heart of the Shelby GT500. It's not built for 250,000-mile commuter duty, but the hand-build process itself is the headline. In an industry racing toward robotic assembly, Ford pays actual people to torque this one by hand. Number 17, the GM 5.3-liter Ecotec 3 V8. Built in Flint, Michigan, this is the base V8 in the Silverado and Sierra 1500. IC Cars puts the Silverado's odds of hitting 250,000 miles at 12.9% and the Sierra at 10.8. Solid, not spectacular, and noticeably behind Toyota's truck numbers later on this list. Still, it's a fully domestic, well-understood engine with a parts network in literally every town in America. Number 16, the GM 6.2-liter V8 family. Centered out of Flint, Michigan, where GM builds 94% of its V8s, this family spans the Suburban, Tahoe, Cadillac Escalade 5, and the Corvette's naturally aspirated LT2. It's GM's flagship domestic engine architecture, and Corvette forums treat 200,000 miles on an LT2 as a normal outcome. That range, from family SUV to sports car, is rare for one engine family to pull off. Number 15, the GML 8T 6.6-liter gas V8. Also built in Flint, Michigan, this is the workhorse gas option for GM's heavy-duty trucks. Sitting below the Duramax diesel on the spec sheet, but above it on simplicity. Fleet operators who don't want diesel emission system headaches gravitate here, and it shows up in owner forums as the buy it and forget it choice for heavy towing without diesel complexity. Number 14, the GM Duramax 6.6-liter turbo diesel. Built at the D-Max joint venture plant in Moraine, Ohio, the Duramax is GM's answer to the Power Stroke and Cummins in the heavy-duty diesel wars. The GMC Sierra 2500 HD lands at 41.3% on the IC Cars longevity list, squarely in the same elite tier as the best diesel trucks in America. Diesel forums argue brand loyalty endlessly, but the actual mileage data says all 3 major players belong in the same conversation. Number 13, the Cummins 6.7-liter turbo diesel. Built in Columbus, Indiana, the Cummins backing every Ram heavy-duty truck might be the single most trusted name in this entire list. It's not tied to a parent automaker's broader reputation. It's its own brand, and diesel mechanics treat 500,000 miles as a realistic target with proper maintenance. If this list had a most likely to outlive its owner award, Cummins owners would argue it's already won. Number 12, the Toyota iForce 3.4-liter Turbo V6. Built at Toyota's Huntsville, Alabama plant, this is the base engine in the current Tundra. The Tundra carries a 30% predicted chance of reaching 250,000 miles, more than 6 times the industry average, and the best number of any light-duty pickup in America. That's not a typo. Toyota's smaller truck engine is outlasting full-size domestic V8s on paper, and owner forums back it up with real mileage screenshots. Number 11, the Toyota iForce Max Hybrid Turbo V6. Also built using components from the Huntsville, Alabama plant. This hybrid powertrain shows up in the Tundra and the Sequoia, and the Sequoia currently tops the entire IC car's longevity study at 39.1%, more than 8 times the average vehicle. A hybrid SUV outlasting nearly everything else on the road, gas or otherwise, should put the hybrids are fragile argument to rest. Number 10, the Toyota Tacoma turbo engines. Built using Huntsville, Alabama-sourced components, the current Tacoma's turbocharged engines inherited a reputation the old naturally aspirated trucks spent 20 years building. Depending on the study, the Tacoma's odds of hitting 250,000 miles land anywhere from 25 to over 40%, still firmly in the top tier of every vehicle on sale. Resale value on these trucks stays absurdly high for exactly this reason. Buyers aren't speculating, they're pricing in the data. Number 9. The Honda 1.5-liter Turbo 4, built at Honda's Anna, Ohio plant, the largest engine plant Honda operates anywhere in the world. This engine powers the Civic, Accord, and CR-V. It's not a truck engine, and it's not trying to be one. It's the commuter backbone that's racked up more than 32 million units built in Ohio alone since 1985. Civic owner forums treat 200,000 miles as the point where you start thinking about new tires, not a new engine. Number 8, the Honda 2.0 lighter hybrid Atkinson 4. Also built in Anna, Ohio, this Atkinson cycle engine is the gas half of Honda's hybrid Accord and CR-V powertrains. Hybrid skeptics keep waiting for a reliability cliff that hasn't materialized. Honda's hybrid system has had over a decade to prove itself, and high-mileage hybrid Accords are now common enough on used car lots that they barely raise an eyebrow anymore. Number 7, the Honda 3.5-liter V6. Built in Anna, Ohio, this V6 backs the Pilot and Odyssey, and the Honda Pilot lands at 42.7% on the IC car's longevity list, the highest score of any non-truck, non-luxury vehicle in the entire study. Minivan and 3-row SUV buyers don't usually get bragging rights, but Pilot owners quietly have some of the best data in this entire countdown. Number 6, the Honda 3.0-liter Turbo V6. Built in Anna, Ohio, this is the performance end of the same engine family, found in the Acura MDX and TLX Type S. It's newer and more aggressively tuned than its siblings, so the ultra-high mileage data isn't in yet, but it inherits both the Anna plant's manufacturing standards and Honda's broader reliability, DNA. Acura forums are already betting heavily that it ages the same way the rest of the family has. Number 5, the Toyota 2 GR family V6. Built using engine components tied to Toyota's Kentucky manufacturing footprint, this V6 lineage powered the Avalon, Camry, and Highlander for years. The Avalon posted the highest score of any traditional sedan in the IC car study at 33.1%, outlasting nearly every competitor by a wide margin. Toyota discontinued the Avalon in 2022, but the engine family's reputation didn't retire with it. Number 4, the Toyota Sienna hybrid powertrain. Assembled in Princeton, Indiana, the Sienna's hybrid system posted a 23.3% chance of reaching 250,000 miles, the only minivan on the entire IC car's list to crack the 20% mark. Minivan buyers are rarely chasing performance numbers, but if you're hauling a family for a decade, this is the actual number that should matter more than horsepower ever will. Number 3, the Toyota Highlander hybrid powertrain. Also assembled in Princeton, Indiana, this hybrid system backs one of Toyota's best fuel economy stories and one of its quietest reliability stories. It doesn't headline as many best of lists as the Tundra or Sequoia, but owner forums consistently describe it the same way: boring, dependable, and somehow both at once, which is exactly what you want from a family SUV with a 6-year loan attached. Number 2, GM's 3-state engine triangle. This isn't one engine, it's GM's entire domestic strategy across 3 states. Flint, Michigan builds 94% of GM's V8s. Toledo, Ohio builds 87% of its 9-speed automatics. Moraine, Ohio builds the Duramax through the D-Max joint venture with Isuzu. That's why GM's domestic content on trucks like the Silverado HD sits as high as 89%. Say what you want about specific reliability scores compared to Toyota's. Later on this list, GM built itself a tariff fortress almost by accident, just by never fully leaving the Midwest. Number 1, Toyota already won this war. Here's the part nobody wants to admit. The brand best insulated from an America First trade policy isn't an American brand. Toyota's Huntsville, Alabama engine plant has spent 25 years and $1.7 billion building itself into a facility that now produces engines for 7 of the 9 Toyota models assembled in North America. Over 11 million engines and counting. While Detroit was still arguing about whether Turbo 6s could replace V8s, Toyota was quietly building the exact kind of domestic manufacturing footprint that tariff policy is supposed to reward. The data backs the strategy. Toyota and Lexus are the only two brands beating the non-luxury average for 250,000-mile durability, and 9 of the top 10 vehicles on the entire IC Cars longevity study come from Toyota Motor Corporation. This isn't a foreign brand sneaks past tariffs story. It's a foreign brand spent 2.5 decades preparing for this exact moment story, and everyone else is catching up after the fact. If you wanted a clean villain for this video, the math refuses to give you one. It just gives you Huntsville, Alabama, quietly building the most tariff-proof, loan-outlasting engines in the country, owned by a company headquartered 8,000 miles away. If the engines on this list are the ones built to survive the next few years of trade wars and 5-year loans, you need to know which ones won't survive the next oil change. We already broke down the 10 engines mechanics are begging you to avoid in 2026, the ones quietly racking up failure reports while their owners are still making payments. Watch that one next before your next purchase turns into a cautionary tale instead of a countdown.